Hello everyone, welcome back to our video classes and I am Anik Ghosh with you, and today we are going to start with the air around us, the second part of this video. Now, I think you have gone through the first part before starting this second part because they are interconnected, as you know, and you cannot start from somewhere middle of a chapter, right? So what you have to do is, if you are here without even watching the first one, please go back and please go through the first video. Okay, after that you just come back here. Everything would be very much clear to you, and you'd be understanding everything for then. Okay. Hello students, welcome back to our video classes, and I am Anik Ghosh, your biology teacher, and today we are going to do the second part of air around us. Okay, I think we are so much clear about this chapter, what we are dealing with, what are the motto of this chapter, right? This chapter is a very important chapter, and this is a very connected to our life, right? Isn't it? So in this chapter, so far we have learned about the different types of components and different types of layers in our atmosphere. What is atmosphere? First, that is the thing that we learned in the previous video. After that, the layers of the atmosphere, like the troposphere, stratosphere, and ozonosphere, mesosphere. So all of them, okay, ionosphere and everything from there. Apart from that, what types of gases can be found in which layer, and which layer is helping us with which type of activities. Everything we have learned in the previous video. If you haven't watched that, please go through that video. After that, come back here because both the videos are interconnected. Okay, and you cannot start from the middle. So I think if you have any doubts, I think you know what you have to do. You just have to write it on our forum, and one of our teachers will definitely get back to you. Now let's just start this chapter, this video with the. So here you can see what are the topics, what are the motto of this video. You can see today we are going to learn about the components of air. Yeah, we have already discussed about that in the previous video as well. Like what are the components inside the air, those are present, right? And etc etc. Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, these type of components are there in the air, right? But today we are going to learn about them in details, the amount and how are they inside the air, what in what form and all. We are going to learn all about it today. Okay, fine. Now the second one is, like, we are going to learn about them in details, as I told you. Apart from that, there are gases that we have learned in the first video, but there are some other particles like the dust and smoke and the water vapors as well inside the air. So we are going to learn about the entire components, those are there inside the air. Okay, so we are going to learn about them in details in this video. So let's just start with the, you can see there is a pie chart over here, okay, where you can see like wagon wheel, we can say, right? Like we see on the like cricket matches and all. So these type of chart which is showing you what are the amount of the different types of components inside the air. So far you can see that atmosphere consists of nitrogen, oxygen, which is life sustaining substances for the animals and humans. Okay, you know that oxygen is very much important for us, isn't it? Nitrogen is also important for us means the mainly the plants, because in the plants you can see like there are nitrogenous compounds, those are giving them the proper amount of nutrition. Okay, so for that reason nitrogen is a very important compound for the plants, okay, for their nutrition. Oxygen is important for both of us and the plants as well. It helps us in respiration, and we know that the oxygen is the reason why our foods are getting burned, and after the foods are getting burned we are getting the energy out of it. For that reason only we can we can move our bodies, we can move our hands, we can see, we can move from one place to another place. So all the things we can do, the energy to all do all those things are coming from this oxygen only. Burning with the help of this oxygen, that is what giving us the amount of energy. So I think we have learned about this in details in the last video, isn't it? Now, which is the life sustaining for animals and humans? Carbon dioxide, water vapor, and small amount of other elements as well. I think you have felt like when the like during the monsoon. I think you have felt. All I'm talking about the monsoon. Okay, I think I felt that there is a word comes up in the weather reports, which is called humidity, isn't it? Now, when the humidity percentage is high, what happens is we get, sweat. We get sweaty. Okay. So for that reason, that is what I'm talking about right now. So what is this humidity actually? Humidity is nothing but the water vapor content. So humidity is nothing but the water vapor content. Okay, the amount of water vapor in the air is called the humidity. Okay, now higher in the atmosphere, air also contains ozone, helium, and hydrogens as well. So we have already discussed about it in mesosphere. So there was ozone layer, right? And apart from that, helium and hydrogens. So these type of gases are also there in the upper part of the atmosphere. You can see the amount of the gases. So nitrogen is the most abundant gas in the air, which is there in 78%, right? And apart from that, you can see oxygen is there in 21%, and the other gases, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and all of them together, they are in 1%. Okay. Now, if I just move on and we just start with the first one, which is nitrogen. Okay. So definitely nitrogen, I think you know that this is, as I have already told you, this is the most abundant, right? The most abundant gas inside the air. So the abundance is near about 78%, right? So you can understand like most of the air is nitrogen only, isn't it? Now, so you can see when you blow over a burning candle, you notice that it extinguishes. So if you just try to think about it, if you have a candle, okay, if you have this candle, okay, which is burning. Now, in here, if you blow some wind from this side, blow air, all I want to say is, if you blow some air from that side, what would happen? Is this thing, this fire would get extinguished, would get extinguished, right? Would get extinguished. Now, that is the point right now. So if the air contains only oxygen, then the fire shouldn't be getting extinguished, right? So this is the point here. Okay, I think you can understand what I'm trying to say. So definitely there are more than something inside the air. There is not only oxygen, there are some other elements as well. So this means the air contains incombustible gases. Those are incombustible, right? Combustible means those can be used as in combustion reaction. Okay, means though the elements which can be burned, that is called combustible. Okay, now they are maximum incombustible. So incombustible means that is nothing but nitrogen. Nitrogen cannot be burned. Okay, and apart from that, this is majorly due to the presence of nitrogen. Nitrogen occupies 78% of the Earth's atmosphere, and it's mostly abundant gas on the planet. So in the entire Earth, the most abundant gas is nitrogen gas. Okay, now let's see. So now let's just watch this video about the components of air. So air is a mixture of gases, right? And the components can be easily separated. They can be identified and they are properties also can be studied. So all the things can be done via fractional distillation of air. Okay, there is a process called fractional distillation through which we can just separate out all the components of air. Okay. You can see the entire chart right now. Nitrogen 78% volume, percentage weight 70.5.5. So nitrogen is essential for plant growth and protein formations in animals. They can be used as fertilizers as well. This is all about oxygen 20.950. There are so many uses of oxygen, right? Now it is coming as carbon dioxide 0.03%. The significance are, so photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, the plant needs oxygen, right? Yeah, this is a very good important point. Okay, so carbon dioxide is used in different types of fire extinguishers. Let me tell you about the fire extinguishers. What happens is, like, fire extinguishers are, so look, the fire is getting generated because of the presence of oxygen, isn't it? If you put some carbon dioxide in there as a form of foam and all, what would happen is the fire would not be able to get in contact of oxygen from the atmosphere. As a result, the thing that would happen is, like, you can understand, right? So if the, like, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Something's wrong, I guess. Yeah. So all I was saying is, like, when the thing is burning, what happens is it just makes a layer of carbon dioxide over the uh, like over the flames. Okay. As a result, it is not getting the oxygen from the outside. So if it's not getting the oxygen, the flame would not get burnt, right? So for that reason, what happens is the flame gets extinguished. So for that reason, carbon dioxide is used as a very good fire extinguisher. Okay. Now, water vapor. We don't know the amount of water vapor, right, for any of the parts situation, because water vapor changes like humidity, right, with respect to the water vapor, like with respect to the climate, right? So for that reason, we cannot expect that. For that reason, they are saying that it is variable. So what happens is it helps in growth of plants, and it prevents desiccation. Okay. Apart from that, produces rain and different types of mist and snow, etc. Now there are inert gases as well. 0.03%, 0.9%. Among that, the 0.94%, among that, this 0.9% is for the argon only. There are dust particles as well inside the atmosphere. That is also variable, right? Yeah. So the dust particles are the reasons why the clouds can hold that much amount of water inside them. Dust particles are the reason behind that. Okay. So I think I've understood it. So now just move on to oxygen now. Now, what is oxygen? Have you ever tried to burn a candle in the absence of air? So we know that burning is impossible without oxygen. Without oxygen, burning is impossible, right? If you would try, you would notice that it does not burn in absence of air. Air contains some matter which supports combustion. These substances are oxygen. Oxygen is one of the major components of the air around us. Air comprises almost 21% of the oxygen. Carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is therein mainly produced due to the respiration by plants and animals. So during the respiration, I think like carbon dioxide from us, it is going out because we eat glucose, right? And when we just burn it, yeah. So what would happen after burning? What happens is carbon dioxide and water vapor should go out. Okay. So yeah, you can see animals and burning fuels. So this is how it can show the justification to that. It occupies near about 0.03% of the Earth's atmosphere. 0.03%, and its occupancy keeps on changing from one place to another place in our atmosphere, right? So it nothing that don't think like the carbon dioxide only remain in the lower part of the spheres, right? Don't think about that in that way, because the carbon dioxide can also come in the top. Okay. Now, water vapors. We know that the water present inside the oceans and the rivers and evaporates during the summer and escapes into the air. So when the summer days are here, what happens is the oceans and from everywhere, the water vapor comes up. Okay. So during this type of like rainy season and this type of like summer days, these water vapors can be seen, right? It occupies very less percentage of the Earth's atmosphere. Now coming to the one of the most important thing, which is dust and smoke. Smoke and dust particles. Smoke is the present in our atmosphere due to the burning fuels. Its occupancy varies from place to place, and it's a mixture of gases and is often harmful. Okay. Apart from these, dust particles are also present in our atmosphere. Okay. The value is, I think it's wrong. There is no such value given over here. It is just showing you like less than 1%. Anyways, then it is right. Then we can write it like that, which we observe when we see the light in the dark room. Dust and smoke particles are less than 1%. So the thing is, when you have a room and when you just turn on your windows and all, and if you just turn a torch on, you'd be able to see the dust particle, isn't it? You'd be able to see the dust particle in the like in the light coming through the window, right? So like that is the amount of dust particles present in the air. Now let's just go back to the FAQs now. All of the FAQs are very important. Mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders with them because. So why the mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders with them? Okay, you have 2 minutes to answer this. Okay, pause this video and take 2 minutes and answer this question. I think it's done so far. So the answer is mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders um, with them because there is no such oxygen on the high mountains. This is wrong. There is deficiency oxygen in the high mountain at high altitude. So definitely this is going to be a right answer. So B is the right answer. When you move up, the amount of carbon dioxide decreases. sorry, the amount of oxygen decreases. Which of the statements is incorrect? All living things required to breathe. Okay, this is right. We can feel air, but we cannot see it. That's right. Moving air makes it possible to fly a kite. That's the right answer. Air is present everywhere, but not in soil. So that is going to be our answer, because air is also there inside the soil. So yeah, so that's it for this video. So this video was very small, right, in size. So definitely I think you have gone through it, and you'd be able to understand everything, because this video was rather very simple, isn't it? Now go through it, and I hope that you would be able to understand everything. And yeah, just keep on learning from Ask IITians. We definitely meet on the next video. Okay, bye everyone.